I want to share with you some tips I've learned over the years that have really helped create a more peaceful family dynamic and less stress in our lives. First half of these tips are going to be obvious hacks, and the last half of these tips are going to be more like parenting style tips. All right, here we go. Let's get started. The first one is baby wearing. Baby wearing allows for multitasking, there's less crying at your feet, and it fosters a secure bond with your baby. My favorite carrier for newborns is the ring sling, and I love the buckle carrier as children get a little bit older. It's just easier to put on quickly and adjust the fit and make it secure within seconds. The Tula baby carrier is my favorite buckle carrier that I've found. It's super comfortable, really easy to put on. Baby is really comfortable in it, and I love the material. I have a wrap conversion, so it's a very sustainable, soft material, and I love it. Okay, number 2 is food prep. Children love to snack, and by having their favorite snacks already pre-made, ready to go, it makes it really easy to just grab and go in the kitchen when the kids are ready for a snack.
Some of my favorite grab and go snacks to have already pre-made is homemade hummus with vegetables. Just blend drained and rinsed chickpeas with lots of tahini, bell pepper, lemon juice, and spices like paprika, garlic powder, salt, and cumin. Store it in the fridge and serve with sliced veggies when your kids get hungry.
I love this hummus.
I also love to have on hand an easy granola recipe by LONI Jane, which is just pulsed together oats, dates, coconut flakes, and seeds like pumpkin seeds and hemp seeds. You can add cinnamon, vanilla, and cacao nibs as well if you'd like. Store it in an airtight container and serve with sliced fruit like bananas and berries. It's nutritious and filling, a perfect snack for kids.
Another idea is to make extra food the night before when you prepare family dinners, so there's lots of leftovers. Then the next day when your children are hungry and ready for lunch, it's really easy to just scoop up some leftover curry or veggie soup or whatever you made for dinner and top it with some sliced avocado and a squeeze of lime juice. You got a really fast, easy lunch to serve your kids. Now, we all know how much work it can be for some children if they're picky eaters. Make healthy eating fun. Create fruity faces where you can create animals and fresh, funny faces out of fresh fruit. Get silly straws. Create fun names for their smoothies like Green Monster Smoothie or Super Power Juice. And that helps kids to get really excited about the foods that they're eating. Creating a fun and positive environment around fruits and vegetables makes it really easy and saves you time and energy. Now this one goes hand in hand, but get some nylon kid knives. Children love to help in the kitchen, and they get more excited to eat their fresh fruits and vegetables and eat healthy meals when they get to help take part in the preparation process. It empowers children when you allow them and trust them to do bigger kid things. When you create a safe environment by getting kids safe knives, it helps you relax, and then children can cut fruits and vegetables alongside you while you're making dinner, while you're making them lunch, and they're so much more likely to be excited to eat healthy food. And you're gonna create a happier, positive environment. Because I don't know about you, if this is the case for you, but my children love to help in the kitchen. They want to feel empowered to be able to do big things that we do. Getting a wooden stool that your children can step on so that they can help wash dishes with you after dinner. If you just relax a little bit and let your children help you in the kitchen, it's gonna create a much happier, positive, and relaxing environment around dinner time.
No, she's okay. I mean, like, I help.
Now this one is really helpful. Make fun games out of chores that they don't want to do. Things like brushing your teeth. You know how often it takes so much energy and effort to get your children to brush their dang teeth, but if you make a fun game out of it, it makes it so much more likely that they're gonna want to join in on this chore, and it'll go a lot smoother. Things like turning your children upside down while you brush their teeth. Or Andrew's mom has this great song that she sings to the kids when brushing their teeth.
This is how we brush our teeth, brush our teeth, brush our teeth. This is how we brush our teeth. We brush our teeth before we go to bed.
She is really good at getting kids to brush their teeth by singing a little song. Create obstacle courses for your children to help them clean up their room. When you really need your children to hold your hand while you're walking along the side of the road or walking down the street, make a game out of that too. Hey, I think that the road is a swamp and the cars are alligators. Can you hold my hand so I'm not scared of the alligators? And by doing that, the children will say, okay, I'm gonna hold your hand, mommy, because I wanna help you not to be scared. And then every time you see an alligator, you get excited about how there's alligators in the road. Making a game out of simple things like that. Get twinkle lights in their room to use as night lights. I mean, you really can't go wrong with that, to help them feel happy and excited about their evening going to bed.
How about we turn off the lights? Thank God. I'm not gonna walk. I can see.
Every time you lay your baby down to change their diaper, they're rolling over and trying to get out of the way, and you're like, stay still, I gotta change your diaper. But hand them a toy that they're really excited about and then change their diaper. So they're really busy with the toy that they have in their hand, and they're less likely to roll over, so you can get the job done a lot quicker. All right, now into the parenting lifestyle tips that I've found so helpful. First one is quality time before busyness. I know it's really easy to want to wake up and get started on your day and start checking off your to-do list, you know, put the dishes away from last night, start on the laundry, get things cleaned up and just get going, or even just get started on your work, whatever work you have to do. But I've really found that children really value quality time, especially when they can see that you're going to give them that quality time before you do those other things. You know how sometimes if you have a lot of things to do and your children are asking to play with you, saying not right now, or I'll play with you when I'm done with this, it's a lot easier for children to be understanding when you have things to do if you show them that quality time first. They're a lot more likely to be more relaxed and let you do the things you need to get done around the house after you've shown them love in that way. So a lot of times in the morning, the first thing I do is play with my kids. Don't get other stuff started. Look them in the eyes, read them books, cuddle with them, talk with them about the day and what we're gonna do today. Show them love, engage with them. Or on the flip side, you can wake up before your children get up to get started on those things, and then when they get up, you can just show all your love to them, spend all your time with them, and relax because you've already got those other things out of the way.
You will not fly tomorrow. You will not fly. I will get help. The doggy? Is that a doggy? You are your help. You did not fly. I did not fly.
Start a babysitting co-op with your friends. This is something that my parents did when I was a kid, and I loved it. And it was such a great way for my parents to get to go out on dates every other weekend. So we currently have a co-op with a couple of our friends, and we rotate every week who's gonna watch the other two families' kids. So when it's me and Andrew's turn, we will watch Josefa and Quinn's kids and Camila and Tori's kids. And then both of them get to go out on a date either together if they want to, like a double date, or go on their own date. The next weekend, Josefa watches my kids and Camila and Tori's kids. And then we get to go out for like 3 hours, and we just keep going. So we get free date nights 2 out of 3 weekends, and just keep that rotation going. And also we found people that we really trust and know really well. They're our very close friends. So that's super important for our kids to be watched by people that we really trust. Plus their children and our children are like best friends. So it just works out smoothly and perfectly. So if you got a best friend with kids, try considering rotating every other week, watching each other's kids, so you get free date nights, and it fills you up with your partner, and then you're just a lot more likely to be a happier, healthier parent because you're filling yourself up every other weekend. Okay, this next tip might seem counterproductive at first, but I promise you it's so worth it in the long run. Say yes more often. It's so easy to just be really quick to say no to children. Really take a few seconds to think about what they're asking for. By saying yes more often to your children, they are so much more likely to say yes to you more often. Being the example is by far the greatest and most valuable tool that we can be for our children. Like a good example is when your children want to help you in the kitchen. At first you might think, oh, it's gonna create more work for me. If they're trying to do the dishes, they're gonna spill and splash everywhere, and then it's just gonna take longer for me to get the dishes done, and I just don't want to spend the time and energy on letting them help me in the kitchen. It's really easy to just want to say no to that. But by saying yes, you empower them. You help them feel respected and loved, and they're gonna want to respect you back when you request something of them. The more you say yes to them, the more likely they're gonna say yes to you when you ask them to do simple things like cleaning up their room, or whatever you're asking them to do. That's a reasonable thing to ask of your child, depending on their age. You know, by saying things like no to our children all the time over every little thing they wanna do, when really we could probably relax a little bit and let our children do a little bit more things that they want to do, that is, you know, reasonably safe and good for them, and, you know, all these other things. Obviously being discerning in what you're saying yes to. By saying yes more often, they feel so much more respected. They're more likely to feel honored, and when they feel that, they are kinder and more loving people to everyone around them, including their parents.
This does not mean that we let our children walk all over us, of course. Sometimes we have to say no, and learning how to respond to no is a normal and important part of their development. But bringing awareness and light to just how much our children are told no every single day, and responding with more yeses to reasonable things they ask politely for, we will foster a secure relationship and respect.
Treat them as you would like to be treated. This goes such a long way. Children are people now, not not later. Respecting them will evoke respect back. Yelling at your children when you're upset will reinforce the notion that they should yell at others when they're upset too.
In between every action and reaction, there is a space. Usually the space is extremely small because we react so quickly, but take notice of that space and expand it. Be aware in that space that you have a choice to make. You can choose how to respond, and choose wisely, because the next step you take will teach your child how to handle anger and could either strengthen or damage your relationship.
If you threaten things to get your way, they will likely do the same thing back as they age. If you don't do this, I'm gonna take away this.
I recently read a really great article on this topic called 10 Alternatives to Consequences When Your Child Isn't Cooperating. I'll link it below for anyone interested. It is such a good read.
Make sure your first and last words with your children are positive and affirming.
Your bed, hold.
Coming to a close here, one of the most helpful tips in my mind is to put the phone down and be present with your children. Especially putting the phone away in a separate room is really helpful. Not that long ago, smartphones didn't exist and we all survived without constant connection to the World Wide Web. Your children want to see you looking them in the eyes and truly enjoying the moments with them.
And the last thing I want to say is to have grace. Of course, we're all going to make mistakes. None of us are perfect. And it's not worth it to beat yourself up for your past mistakes or even future mistakes you might worry about doing. Be the best example you can be, but at the end of the day, your children love you so much and we're all just doing our best. It's hard being a parent, but I hope that these hacks help you and help create a little bit more of a peaceful family dynamic in your day-to-day lives. Thanks for watching.